Hello Blue Moon fans! Today I'm going to talk about customizing pockets, all of the different possibilities for customizing your very own Blue Moon pocket belt or holster hoodie. So over the years I've done a number of special pocket belt features for specific purposes or just because somebody wanted to carry a few extra things. So I have a lot of different possible combinations. They don't all work 100% together, like you can't add all of these customizations because there is a finite amount of real estate on the pocket belt. But I wanted to make sure that my customers know that these customizations are possible, because one of the beautiful things about the fact that I make everything in my studio, it's not sent off to some factory in, across the seas. It's actually made right here in California, in Vallejo, by these hands, is that you can actually get something that is special and uniquely made for you, for your uses, for your needs, and it's going to be exactly the pocket belt of your dreams. So here are a number of different possible combinations or possible customizations, starting from things that are possible on every belt and things that would have to have a special belt made for you. So one of the most common customizations that I'm asked to do is what I refer to as security snaps. So those are, it's additional snaps, which, because every pocket belt comes with a snapping pocket on the outside, like a little pocket, but some people also want to have the larger pocket snapped closed. So for that, that is an extra charge. I usually charge $15 to add the security snaps. And that's just because the snap hardware itself, like each component of the snap altogether, it's about $1, like just for the one snap. So that's $4 plus, the labor involved. So, I try not to break the bank when it comes to customizations. It's just, these I have to charge a little bit for labor and a little bit for the price of the hardware and all of that. So so security snaps is one of the most common customizations, and I can do that to almost any pocket belt. So it's very common and people ask for it a lot. So if you ever want that to a belt that you're purchasing online, let me know ahead of time so I can adjust the price, or you can add that to your shopping cart. I don't normally feature that as a extra. I don't feature that in my Etsy shop as an add-on because it confuses people. They think if it was just a listed item by itself, they'd be like, I can get a pocket belt for $15. It's like, no, you can get the snaps on the pocket belt that you're already buying. So people get confused. The other thing that is sometimes possible, depending on if I have the fabric, is to add a flap over the top. So this serves the same purpose. It closes the larger pocket, but instead of losing that top half inch or so of carrying capacity, it keeps you can keep that carrying capacity because the flap goes over the top. So I have definitely done that. It's sometimes hit or miss as far as whether I have more of the fabrics that went into an existing belt. So usually that's an customization that I would do from scratch. So I would start a brand new belt just for you to make sure that I have all the fabrics, enough to do the flap as well. So speaking of large pocket flaps, I've done a similar thing but in a different style for a customer who wanted. She wanted a flap that would go over both pockets. So what I did for her was I made a big triangle that would cover both the big pocket and the little pocket. So there was only one snap, but when you open it, you get access to both pockets. So that's another flap shape possibility. So it's basically just a larger version of the existing kind of triangular flap, just big enough to cover both pockets. So that's one set of customizations. As far as extra pockets go, there's a whole bunch of things you can add on when you're making a custom belt from scratch that I can add on when I am making a custom belt from scratch. And usually when I add extra pockets, I like to put them over the hip bones. So it's typically harder to add them because that's where I put the D-rings when I do a belt with my standard configuration. So when I add a tool pocket here, what I'll typically do is I'll move the D-rings down a little bit and put them kind of to the side so they go under the extra pocket. But I've done a number of different ones One of my favorite pictures that I've ever taken of Blue Moon belt is actually with scissors pockets or little triangular pockets. So those are really good for, in my mind, they're meant for scissors or pliers, but they can also be used for chapstick or, anything that's sort of small and skinny can go into a pocket like that. I can also do a flat kind of square shaped pocket there, or what I call a deep rectangular, which means it's got a gusset so that it stands out. So it's about the size and shape of a small tape measure, or something like a pack of cigarettes or something that's about that's got a little bit of body, sticks out a little bit. So that's a whole bunch of different customizations that you can add to the front in this sort of front space. I will warn you though that if you are a small human, if you have a small waist size, there is sort of a finite amount of real estate that goes around the body. So if you are an extra small or an extra small, there's only so many extra pockets I can add, just because there's not a lot of space. Like usually, the way that the sizing works is the belts just add more and more length here. So somebody who is an XXL might even be able to have two kinds of extra pockets because there's just that much more space available. Whereas if you're an extra small, you could probably only fit one on each side, maybe, just because there's just less real estate available. So just bear that in mind. Let's see, what other kinds of customizations do I have? So in the past, I've done things like a water bottle pocket, which sits, I like to put it on the back because I find that that's an easier place to carry something that's as heavy as a big round cylinder full of water. I've also done pockets for dog walkers or people who want to take their belt walking with a dog that holds, it's got a buttonhole in it so you can put the little roll of plastic baggies that most people carry when they have a dog and they take it on a walk. So that it's like a little dispenser pocket. That's another customization. And another one that I've done for people who want to take their belt traveling is I actually do a passport pocket on the inside of the belt. So that it's a secret pocket that you can only get to by really, working at it. And typically that is a flat against the body pocket, and I'll often add a zipper. So you really have to work to get into the pocket. So that's nice for things like, all your traveler's checks, if people still use those, and, the credit cards, things that you really want to make sure, if you're in an area, if you're traveling internationally, whenever we can do that again, and you're wanting to carry your passport and secure documents and stuff on the inside, where people really can't get at it and they couldn't possibly pick it out, that is a possibility as well. And other things I've done some tool specific pockets. Like I did one that I really liked, which was for a pair of larger scissors. I added a strap inside, so it was like a little, just a stitched strap, so you could put the pair of sewing shears, just slide it in its little slot, and it wouldn't get mixed up with other stuff inside the pocket. I've also done a hammer loop, so that's just a rectangular piece of fabric that allows you to hang a hammer from the back, and other stuff like that. So that's mostly, so that is a whole long list of pocket customizations you can do for the pocket belts. I also have some pocket add-ons that I've done for the holster hoodies. So I offer a product that is a radio holster. So if you are an event person, like you work events, you do production, or you're a site manager or something, and you carry one of those big like cop radios, I can make a special radio holster that either has a hood or doesn't have a hood for you, and basically the pocket allows you to slip the bottom of the radio into it, and it has a elastic band that comes over the top that goes between the knobs on the top of the radio, and it holds it into place. So that is a special pocket, and typically it's a special shape, so that's not something that I would be able to retrofit onto an existing holster. We would have to make you one special, because the way that I like to sit I like to set it up so that the radio isn't sitting directly under your arm like it would with one of my standard pockets. It's actually angled so you're not getting poked in the armpit by the antenna on those really big cop radios that are meant for long distances. And one of the other add-ons that I've done for holsters is I'll do like a lapel pocket. So, you know, when you kind of open it up, open the vest part. Here, let me show you on this guy. There's an extra pocket in here. I've done other kinds of pockets that exist on this flat area here, but I like the lapel pocket because it allows you to just kind of have, you know, pens or something flat kind of tucked inside. Holster hoodies can also have snaps added to the top edge of the pocket. That's another way to, you know, make it a little bit more secure. So that's, and again, the security snaps option. So with all of these customizations, typically there's just a small extra cost associated with it. So, you know, extra D-rings are like $5 a pair, you know, extra tool pockets are like $10 a pair. It's just to cover the additional labor and making sure that, you know, I'm tracking your order and I'm doing it right and I'm not forgetting to add something when I'm cutting out your belt or whatever. So I try not to price gouge people when it comes to customizing because like I said towards the beginning of this video, I really appreciate the fact that what I can offer as the artisan, as the maker of your stuff is a very customized experience. It's something that's really special. That is what you're paying for when you're buying a Blue Moon belt, is the fact that you can literally have this, you know, the sky and your imagination are the limits. And also, you know, how much real estate do you have around your body? That's really the only limitation as far as customizing stuff. So yeah, I really have a lot of fun making very customized pockets for specific purposes. So if you have a belt in mind that you don't see available in my Etsy shop, please reach out and ask for any of these customizing possibilities, because I can make you the belt of your dreams. That is what I live for. So you'll see a link to my Etsy shop in a minute where you can shop current stuff in stock and get some ideas for colors and patterns and fabrics that I have available. And I really have a lot of fun making these videos for you. I have some in-person shows coming up on the schedule, which is really exciting. But they don't start for a few more months. So I'll probably be cranking out some more of these videos between now and the time I get to start seeing my customers in person at Renaissance fairs and my fantasy festivals and stuff. So I can't wait. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.